could be, whether that's anxiety, lack of confidence, motivation, focus, relationship issues, depression, and even addiction. Well, that's what I do. It's a simple yet unique process to help you understand and improve what we call the intangibles, or the mental side of sports. And once we know, then we go to work improving your mental and life skills so you achieve consistent high performance. Hey, let's face it, you invest a lot of time and money on the physical side of sports. The mental side is just, if not more important. I'm Kip Watson, sports psychology professional. Visit my website at braincodecorp.com. That's braincodecorp.com.
Did you know a mother rat will dip her paws into cool water and gently smooth the fur around her infants' faces? The babies put their arms around their mother's neck and pay attention while being bathed. Rats and mice fall in love, risk their lives to save their kids, and giggle when tickled. Evan Walker writes of a mouse who died of shock in a trap. His life was a life fully as real to him as ours is to us. This creature, for all the irritation it may have brought as it scampered through closed closets or up some crevice in a wall, was as precious as you or I. He was not a machine that breaks and fails. He felt. His was consciousness, full and real and fragile and precious. This is Ingrid Newkirk with Peter, reminding us that it's easy to be kind, perhaps by not using glue traps.
Welcome back to One Life Radio. This is Bernadette with Diamond Gray, Lexi Brinkley. I've got Kip Watson in studio and James West. James West is a licensed professional counselor, intern, and licensed chemical dependency counselor. He has a master's of science in clinical mental health counseling and is learning to be a sex therapist at Vantage Point Counseling in Dallas, where he is supervised by Michael Salas. He works with survivors of sexual trauma and their partners to help them heal and connect. His specialties are in trauma recovery, addiction recovery, and EMDR. So great to have you in studio. It's the first time we've met.
Thank you.
And I like you. I really do. I like your sense. You've got a great sense of humor.
That's very sweet. Thank you.
And that's always good. A sense of humor will take you far in life, won't it?
I think so. One of my first jobs, I had a guy come up to me at Corner Bakery, and he was like, "Your smile is so good." Okay. But like that guy's words are just ringing in my ears.
Well, no, you have great
today.
energy, and energy is very real. And so I have to ask you, as I was reading your bio, and it said you are learning to be a sex therapist.
Yeah, I can't claim that title
yet. But
yet.
what does it take to be a sex therapist? Why is that different than a regular therapist? What is the specialty?
There's a few ways you can go. You got to get a credential, and there's two different mainstream paths for that. You can go through ASECT, which has two A's. It's like sexual educators, basically, and that's kind of the one I'm aiming to do. Or you can do the CSAT thing, which is the sex addiction path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, today we're talking about supporting a partner through their sexual trauma recovery. And so this is very important because a lot of people experience sexual trauma. They really do. And so let's define what sexual trauma is before we, as we begin here.
Yeah, and Kip and I were just talking about how it's kind of murky and vague, but I guess I would say that sexual trauma is any experience in which it results from an experience in which unwanted sexual attention was kind of put on you. And usually it's characterized by a sense of powerlessness.
Okay.
I think that's basically, the main criteria. And if you look in like the DSM, PTSD, one of the 3 reasons you can be diagnosed with it is a sexual assault experience, which I think is pretty much synonymous. Yeah. But I think the trauma piece carries you forward into the future to where you understand if I've had sexual trauma, I'm dealing with it today, even though it happened
How
so
can
long ago.
We've talked about this many times on the air, Kip. Kip's been on the air with us for a long time. And for those of you maybe just now joining us, Kip as well is a licensed professional counselor and supervisor and a sports psychology professional. I was nearly raped when I was 16 years old. That's the only, that's the only experience I've ever had with sexual trauma. And I was silenced. I was told I could never talk about it. I was actually talking about this yesterday with a dear friend of mine,
That's
and
horrible.
we were saying that if my father would have ever found out, he would have murdered the guy. Like seriously. But I was silenced.
Maybe,
He was Italian. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
he would have.
He would have.
And we lived in New York. He
Yeah.
probably would have at least gotten his legs and his face broken. But seriously.
Yeah.
But I was 16 years old, and I obviously had never had sex. And he was a 45-year-old man. He was my boyfriend's father's best friend, and it was at a party that it happened. And they, it was a nice party. Let me just say that. And I won't go into all the details of how it happened, but I was nearly raped and I was silenced. And so let's take a situation like that.
Yeah.
How does that affect somebody in their future life, do you think?
What stands out to me about that? Well, okay, so how does it affect you in your future life?
Or anyone that's had a sexual, as you said,
trauma is stored in the body.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
And when you had Ian on from Vantage Point recently, y'all were talking about like the difference between mental and verbal and physical abuse.
Uh-huh.
So I disagree with you about how like verbal abuse can be worse, because physical abuse, like you can forgive and forget all day until you're blue in the face.
Yeah.
Or at least try to, but your body will remember. So when you have a traumatic
And
experience,
not your mind?
Yeah, because
It's funny because I feel, and respectfully, this. I love that we're talking about this though, because I was actually talking with this about my friend to my friend yesterday too. It like the difference between physical, emotional, and verbal abuse. To me, they're all equally as
they're
damaging.
all horrible.
They're all equal because
Yeah.
the thing
Well-
is, if you don't have the heart to fight back and be verbally violent yourself, but you naturally have I think an instinct to protect yourself if someone's hitting you. And if I've experienced all three.
So fight, flight, or freeze.
Right, and I've experienced all three, unfortunately. And so I think I speak from a very sound background in it, unfortunately.
I think so too.
And fortunately, because it's what hasn't killed me has made me incredibly stronger and given me an insight that a lot of women don't have.
I think when there's been a sexual trauma and it happens to you when you're younger, you're not fully aware of the impact of it, and sometimes it takes then something that happens in the future where then something that gets triggered, whether it's a physical sensation, or whether it's something mental
smell?
or emotional.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It could be
Or even an outfit. I have clothes
yeah.
that like I need to like get out of my closet that remind me of just certain people in my life, bring me back to a time.
Well, and I've shared on the air before too that I was date raped when I was 20, and silenced too. Like that was a silencing thing where I didn't tell anybody for 7 years. Well, so on my honeymoon night, or wedding night, guess what? Right, I'm having panic.
Yeah.
But
It's not okay. It's not safe.
Yeah, and not fully, I think, prepared for that,
Interaction.
that
How
trauma.
do you prepare for that?
And not aware of that, but it could be when it involves the sexual act, right? It could be even position creates a sense of panic.
Oh, wow. I never even thought about that.
It can be,
Any
like
reminder.
he said, a smell.
Well, the brain doesn't know the difference between the past and present moment when you've experienced a trauma.
Yeah.
And we know that because brain scans light up, when we look at the brain while
different
someone's...
neuroactivity.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know about using where the brain lights up to draw serious conclusions about human behavior, but I guess it does make sense to me, at least philosophically, that we can't tell the difference between the past and the present moment when we've had a trauma. So, I've had traumatic experiences as well. I have a huge fear of abandonment, and I walk around just afraid that I'm going to piss people off a lot. Really, actually, this week I've been struggling with it a lot.
Wow.
And I saw my therapist yesterday, and he was like, "Where do you feel it in your body?" And I noticed oh, my stomach hurts. And he said, is there another time you felt that before? And I don't know. But that's something I'm working through.
I appreciate you being so candid with us. I absolutely love that. It sounds like so many people do suffer from sexual trauma. So how many people do have it from their past? And
sexual trauma?
And I feel like I've completely released mine. Seriously, I'm in the happiest place I've ever been in my life. I'm incredibly happy.
Me too.
Congratulations.
You know? And so but I'm a very forgiving person. I think that, and I'm not one to be on a pity potty, you know. And so a lot of people, I think, or pity party, whatever it is, pity party. Right. You know, like some people want to wallow in that drama their whole life.
You mean like feel sorry for themselves?
Yeah, like,
right.
you know, poor me, you know.
They use it as a crutch.
Yeah, use it as a crutch instead of
a continuous
as an opportunity
mindset.
Yeah,
I think can be a consequence to the trauma.
Yeah.
It's easy to get stuck in there.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk more about it with both you guys. And I love this. I do. It's great having both of you in studio together. There's just like a good vibe going on here. So everyone, I hope you're enjoying it too. Stay tuned. You're listening to One Life Radio. It's mistletoe season, and you know what that means. You've got to be chill and have minty fresh breath. You never know when you might want to kiss someone. The H Hemp Company offers their Super Breath Blast CBD spray that is my absolute favorite hemp oil product on the market. It just makes me feel happy, especially during the crazy holiday season. Its small size makes it easy to throw in your purse or pocket, so you're never without it. Give the gift of fresh breath this season with a CBD kick. 2 or 3 sprays does the trick and will leave you feeling completely refreshed. Go for it. Go to thehempcompany.com. Put 4 in your cart and use the code OLR1 to buy 3 and get 1 free. That's OLR1. Trust me, it's a really cool gift.
Hi, this is Vaughn Eaglin. As a licensed professional counselor and supervisor, I spend my career helping people cope with emotional problems. But today, I want to talk to you about nutrition. People ask me all the time for nutrition and weight loss advice, and I always find myself recommending a raw vegan protein, a food supplement called Warrior Blend by Sun Warrior. I wasn't always active and fit. In fact, I was very overweight as a child, and as a counselor, I must emphasize the importance of the mind-body connection. A clean body helps with a clean mind. Start today with Sun Warrior Blend Raw Vegan Protein. For more information, go to sunwarrior.com and start living clean today.
Wellbeing Journal is a remarkable bi-monthly health publication esteemed by intelligent readers worldwide. It's available in print or digital, single issues or subscription. Its focus is on living a happy, healthy life and preventing or healing illnesses naturally. Preventing or healing cancer, arthritis, cardiovascular conditions, and digestive issues, as well as nutritional solutions for optimal health are regular subjects. Learn more at wellbeingjournal.com.
Hi, I'm Bob Barker. This is my friend Benny. Before you buy cosmetics, personal care, or household products, you be sure they have not been tested on animals. Everything from floor cleaner to shampoo is poured into animals' eyes and down their throats. They suffer intensely. Some even go blind. The price is never right for products tested on animals. Visit PETA.org for a list of cruelty-free companies.
Whoever said you can't poop in style? The Curve is a sleeker version of the original Squatty Potty stool that will look fabulous in any bathroom. Choose from pink, black, gray, or white. Its minimalist design is sure to please the eye while staying durable and built to last. Go to squattypotty.com/onelife for 15% off your entire purchase. Poop poop be doo.
Pick me up, love. Pick me up, love.
Welcome back to One Life Radio. This is Bernadette with Diamond Gray. I've got Lexi Brinkley in studio with me, Kip Watson, and James West. I want to let everyone know that you can go to our website, oneliferadio.com, to download and listen to our podcast or the podcast after the broadcast. We only have 10 up. We're working on it.
Okay.
But we love doing them. We really do. So check it out at oneliferadio.com. You can go to iHeartMedia.com to listen live or download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to us from anywhere in the world. And a big shout out to our sponsors, great companies like Sun Warrior, Squatty Potty, the H Hemp Company, Paleo Magazine, the Wellbeing Journal, and the